Today we're both going to be a little cheeky. We're going to play a game called Guess That Booty. I have a bunch of tiny stickers that look like they're meant to stick on top of tiny drawings to create a Polaroid photo, and I'll stick that somewhere on the video to show you what they look like. But they were too small for me to do anything with them, so I made some of my own custom Polaroid. I also know that I am not the best at taking photos, so why not combine the both of them and make something fun? So for this game, I'll start off drawing a booty, and it is your goal to guess what it is before I set the coloring pencil stage. Challenge accepted? You bet. Okay, so this is the first one. I'm not gonna give any clue, or try not to what these are, since it will sort of give it away. Some of these bad photography Polaroids don't actually look like a booty, but hey, I tried. I'm painting all of them using my own custom watercolor palette. And yes, I know it's messy, but that's just how my creative juices flow. I'm not very good at being clean and organized. The blue ended up more muddier than I wanted, but I think adding the second layer, the second wash over it, managed to fix it and brighten the blue a little bit. So, did you get the first one? Answers will be at the end of the video to keep you all guessing. The second bad photography that ended up looking like a booty was fun to paint. I think it's because of the different colors that I had to gradient. It was a challenge, but it was really fun. This one and the last one ended up becoming my favorites. I did sort of overshade with coloring pencils, and that is something I am working on fixing. Sometimes it's hard to know when to stop, but much easier when a small break is taken so a fresh pair of eyes looks at it. I should have taken a small break. So, was this what you thought it was? The third booty might have been the least booty looking one, since the flatness of the subject really showed. It was really difficult trying to create curves but keep the original shape of the subject. I had to redraw this one twice, just because the first one didn't look like what it was meant to at all. I redrew it in a slightly different angle for the second try to give the subject more, I guess, interest. Whatever it is, but it no longer looks like it was just plastered on the paper. The texture on this booty was made by a craft brush with really incredibly stiff bristles. It gives a splotchy ink vibe only if the watercolor paint is at the right consistency, otherwise it just makes a mess. But you know, mess is still fun. There's a reason why it's called happy accidents. The fourth booty was somewhat difficult to draw. It came in so many different shapes and sizes and colors when I searched online for references, but it still had a somewhat common look. I didn't know which one to draw. The granulating texture on the subject did bring out the characteristic of what it is in person. Well, for some of them. I hope that I managed to depict it in a way that is easily recognized, or I am going to get a lot of slack. Anyway, I hope it hasn't been too difficult so far, because this fifth one, honestly, I picked something else for the spot, but it was a little obscured, and so it took a whole day for me to rethink of an idea for the subject. I really did enjoy drawing the different shades of dots on these subjects, as well as giving them textures with those two little lines, which is supposed to make them look more fluffy. It does actually bring out the subject more, even though it's not a big deal. It's just those extra little things. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely had some trouble shading these pink subjects. Pink has always been a color I'm not fond of using, and I tend to avoid it, but I'm actually pretty darn proud of the way I created the shadows and depths on these ones. See? Practice makes perfect! How did you go? Did you manage to get them alright? So, the answer is corgi butt. Yes, that's right, it's a corgi butt. So how does all these add up to corgi butt? Well, the story is the corgi decided to be a little bit too mischievous and playful, so he accidentally took some snapshots of things around the house, which is found by the human. So that means all of the previous doodles are in this drawing somewhere. The drawing was originally meant to be the entire page, but I felt the space above where I taped up wasn't necessary and sort of drew too much attention away from the corgi, but I still wanted to keep the important things included. Every time I start a scenery after I've only drawn characters, I sort of have no idea where to start, or I forget how to do what I've learned last time. I should have started with the initial wash and slowly built up everything, but eventually once the ball starts rolling, it continued to build out even though the starting point was not ideal. I'm still practicing painting colorful skies like sunset and galaxies. It's been a journey so far, but I'm still muddying up all the paints, which is really frustrating, but that's not stopping me from trying and improving. I just need to continue to do more paintings with that type of scenery, so the next few pieces that might be uploaded will definitely have that cotton candy galaxy vibe to it. I'm pretty sure the reason why I'm struggling so much with this is because of my need to control how the paint behaves instead of letting them freely flow and interact with each other. But making these videos are a valuable learning tool since I can easily watch them and reflect on what I'm doing and make goals to fix mistakes for next time. And I try to freehand the windows. I am very shaky. So I covered it with a dark color gouache, but because it was so dark, it became very harsh compared to the softness of the rest of the drawing. Oopsie. I know everything I've said so far has sounded negative, but truly it's not. I actually find it rewarding to see and pinpoint personal issues and think of a method to solve them. I still really like the drawing. And that corgi, oh my god, he's so cute. I usually don't draw furniture, but the ones in this apartment turned out well, and they are definitely pieces that I wish to decorate my own room with one day. That being said, I do want to improve on working on different areas at the same time. I definitely think that would help me save a lot more time, especially during this time where I am trying to juggle art as a hobby and my career as a nurse. It really does get a bit time consuming waiting for paint to dry when I can effectively paint better. When I used my shadow palette, everything just came together. I might have overly used it, but I definitely see a lot more definition afterwards. And I think that's a good thing. So, that's the end of the video. Did you find all the subjects that was taken by the Polaroid? Honestly, this has been a really fun project to do. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did being a smart ass. Yeah, don't shoot me. Thank you all for watching. Happy painting, and until next time. Bye!